Diddy, who had kept his cool since the start of his trial, finally lost it after his former best friend Justin Bieber revealed disturbing details about what Diddy had involved him in.
You know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose.
Bieber went as far as naming powerful individuals, a move that's almost certain to land Diddy in serious trouble. So, what exactly did he reveal? Before we dive in, I need to give a quick disclaimer. Some of this content deals with serious allegations that might be triggering, but I'll be keeping things as PG as possible while still spilling all the important tea. Also, remember that while Diddy's trial is ongoing, we're going to focus on what's been reported and the evidence that's come to light. So let's rewind to where this whole nightmare began. If you've been anywhere near social media lately, you've probably seen those super creepy resurfaced videos of Diddy with a teenage Justin Bieber. And let me tell you, watching those clips now is like watching a horror movie where you're screaming at the protagonist not to go into the basement. One of the most disturbing videos from 2009 shows Diddy, who was 40 at the time, talking about spending 48 hours with 15-year-old Bieber. In the video, Diddy literally says, and I quote,
"Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, it's gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, I'm completely fresh out of it."
He's talking about giving Bieber a Lamborghini, which feels super sketchy and manipulative. Like, imagine a 40-year-old man you barely know promising you a luxury car when you turn 16. Major red flag energy, but it gets even worse. Diddy goes on to say,
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Excuse me? We can't really disclose? That's like the shadiest thing you could possibly say about hanging out with a minor. Like, if it was all innocent fun, why couldn't he disclose what they were doing? That's giving major nothing to see here, officer vibes. And then Diddy makes this super weird claim about custody.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go buck full crazy.
Going buck full crazy with a 15-year-old? That's not just a red flag, that's a whole red flag factory. And you know what makes this even more messed up? When Bieber is asked what he wants to do, he says, "Let's go get some girls." And Diddy responds, "Man after my heart, that's what I'm talking about, kid." Like, are you kidding me? A grown man encouraging a child to get some girls? That's so inappropriate I can't even. This whole situation reeks of grooming tactics. For those who might not know, grooming is when an adult builds trust with a minor to manipulate and potentially exploit them. Diddy was literally dangling luxury items, fame, and access in front of a kid who was just trying to make it in the music industry. It's textbook predatory behavior. Let's fast forward to 2010, when there's another super uncomfortable interaction between Diddy and Bieber. In this video, Diddy, now 41, confronts a visibly nervous 16-year-old Bieber.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me.
Does anyone else notice how uncomfortable Bieber looks? The poor kid is literally stuttering and swaying nervously. And Diddy's whole "you ain't been calling me" vibe feels like an angry ex rather than a professional mentor. It's super disturbing to watch. Then, in 2011, Diddy and Bieber appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live, where Diddy makes this chilling comment.
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
What? If there was nothing inappropriate going on, why would Diddy need to warn Bieber about keeping quiet? That's giving major what happens in Vegas energy. Except we're talking about a child. This is not a cute, fun celebrity friendship. This is deeply concerning behavior from a powerful adult toward a vulnerable teenager. Now let's talk about the connection between Usher and Diddy, because that adds another disturbing layer to this whole situation. Usher was the one who introduced Bieber to Diddy, and Usher himself had a troubling history with Diddy. Back in the 90s, when Usher was just 13 or 14 years old, Louisiana, Reed sent him to live with Diddy in New York for about a year, in what was called Puffy Flavor Camp. Yes, that's the actual name they used. Just let that sink in for a minute. In a 2016 Howard Stern interview, Usher described his time with Diddy.
I got a chance to see some things, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried.
When Stern asked if Diddy's house was filled with activities that weren't appropriate for a child, Usher said,
I didn't say that. What I did say is is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
And when asked if he would send his own children to a puffy flavor camp, Usher's response was crystal clear. Hell no. That says it all, doesn't it? Usher straight up admits he wouldn't let his own children experience what he went through with Diddy. If that's not a giant red warning sign, I don't know what is. So now we have to ask the horrifying question. Did Usher knowingly send Bieber into a similar situation? In a 2010 MTV News interview, Usher said he wouldn't pass on Diddy's advice to Bieber because it was all inappropriate activities, and that he advised Bieber to do everything I wouldn't do. That's a pretty telling statement. The industry connections here are chilling. It's like this cycle of young male artists being introduced to Diddy and potentially exposed to inappropriate situations. And it makes you wonder, how many other young stars went through similar experiences? In Bieber's own words, his relationship with Usher was important. It sounds so innocent when Bieber describes it that way, doesn't it? Just regular things like go-karting and basketball. But those 48 hours with Diddy, those weren't regular things. Those were things they can't really disclose. And here's where things get even more concerning. In recent months, Suge Knight, the former CEO of Death Row Records, made some shocking allegations about Diddy's relationships with both Usher and Bieber. In a November 2024 prison interview, Knight claimed that Diddy molested both Bieber and Usher. He alleged that Bieber was sent on vacations with older men, and that Usher shared a bed with Diddy during a music project. Now, I want to be clear that these are serious allegations from someone with a history of rivalry with Diddy, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. But in light of everything else we're learning, they're disturbing to consider. The alleged pattern here is horrifying. Young, talented artists with dreams of making it big, being potentially exploited by one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. It's a nightmare scenario, and it makes you question how many other stories like this are out there, untold. What makes this worse is that Bieber has struggled with mental health issues for years, which has led many to speculate about trauma in his past. In a 2020 documentary, Bieber opened up about his battles with depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. When you look at those struggles in light of these allegations, it paints a heartbreaking picture. In fact, in a 2020 interview, Bieber broke down in tears when discussing Billie Eilish, saying he wanted to protect her from what he went through. When you hear that now, knowing what we know about his connection to Diddy, it hits differently, doesn't it? It makes you wonder what exactly Bieber was trying to protect Eilish from. Now, let's dive into the current situation, Diddy's trial and the bombshell allegations that have left the entertainment world reeling. So, Diddy's legal troubles began to escalate in November 2023 when his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, filed a lawsuit against him, accusing him of years of abuse, rape, and sex trafficking. This lawsuit was settled within a day for a reported $20 million, which is suspicious timing if you ask me. Like, who settles that fast unless they're trying to keep something quiet? But the story didn't end there. In March 2024, federal authorities raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a sex trafficking investigation. During these raids, they reportedly seized guns, drugs, and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. I mean, who needs that much baby oil unless you're running some kind of sketchy operation? Then, in May 2024, CNN released a disturbing hotel surveillance video from 2016 showing Diddy violently attacking Cassie, dragging her, kicking her, and throwing a vase at her. The footage is absolutely horrifying and impossible to watch without feeling sick. Diddy later apologized for his actions in the video, but maintained his innocence on other charges, like sorry, but an apology doesn't undo that kind of violence. Finally, in September 2024, Diddy was arrested and indicted on serious federal charges, including racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He's been held without bail ever since, and his trial officially began in May 2025. Now, you might be wondering, where does Justin Bieber fit into all of this? Well, as Diddy's empire came crashing down, attention turned to his past relationships, including his interactions with young stars like Bieber. According to sources close to Bieber, the pop star has been deeply disturbed and in a hard place mentally due to Diddy's arrest and the resurfacing of their old videos. An insider told Us Weekly that Bieber was completely disgusted by the allegations against Diddy and that he's been advised to stay as far away as possible from anything related to the case. This makes a lot of sense when you consider how Bieber appears in those old clips, nervous, uncomfortable, and seemingly eager to distance himself from Diddy. It's like watching someone trying to escape a predator without making them angry. But here's where things get really intense. According to various reports, including statements from Bieber's representatives to TMZ in May 2025, Bieber has been cooperating with the United States Attorney's Office in their case against Diddy. This cooperation reportedly includes providing testimony about what allegedly happened during those infamous 48 hours and other encounters. Now, I need to be super clear here. The specific claims about Bieber revealing a list of celebrities that Diddy allegedly made him sleep with hasn't been confirmed by reputable sources. That specific headline appears to stem from sensationalized social media posts, rather than verified court proceedings. In fact, Snopes has debunked similar claims about Bieber making public admissions against Diddy. However, what we do know is that Bieber's name has been connected to the case, along with other high-profile celebrities. According to The Independent, the trial's witness list includes names like Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, and Britney Spears, suggesting that numerous celebrities may be called to testify about what they witnessed at Diddy's parties or in their interactions with him. What's particularly disturbing is the nature of the allegations at the center of Diddy's trial. Prosecutors allege that Diddy operated a criminal enterprise through his business ventures, including Bad Boy Entertainment, to facilitate crimes such as sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, and more. Central to these allegations are what prosecutors call freak-offs, drug-fueled sexual encounters that Diddy allegedly orchestrated, recorded, and sometimes used for blackmail. One of the most important witnesses in the trial has been Cassie Ventura, who testified for 4 days about her experiences with Diddy. Her testimony was absolutely heartbreaking and horrific. She described years of physical abuse, being coerced into participating in freak-offs, and being threatened with the release of recorded videos to ruin her career. Another key witness, Daniel Phillip, a male stripper, testified about being paid to have sexual encounters with Ventura while Diddy watched and directed. He also described witnessing Diddy physically assault Ventura when she didn't immediately comply with his demands. It's absolutely sickening to hear these accounts. But what's especially relevant to our discussion is how Diddy's alleged pattern of behavior with Ventura echoes some of the concerns raised about his interactions with young artists like Bieber. The control, the manipulation, the secretive activities, it all points to a potentially disturbing pattern. Now, I want to address something important. Bieber's representatives have stated that Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, and emphasized that speculation detracts from real victims pursuing justice. This statement, reported by The Independent on May 16, 2025, appears to be an attempt to distance Bieber from the most serious allegations against Diddy. However, it's worth noting that victims of abuse, especially male victims, often face immense pressure to downplay or deny their experiences. There's a stigma attached to being a victim, particularly for men in the public eye. So while we should respect these statements, we should also recognize the complexity of abuse dynamics. What's particularly telling is Bieber's actions, rather than his words. In January 2025, Bieber unfollowed Usher on Instagram, along with his former manager Scooter Braun and others connected to his early career. This has led to speculation that Bieber is distancing himself from those who may have put him in harm's way. Additionally, Bieber declined Usher's invitation to perform at the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show, citing personal reasons. While he later praised Usher's performance, the decision to avoid such a high-profile collaboration raised eyebrows. What's even more concerning are the claims made by Jaguar Wright in a 2024 TikTok video, where she alleged that Usher facilitated Diddy's temporary control over a young Bieber. Wright claimed, without providing evidence, that Usher took custody of Bieber and handed him over to Diddy for 48 hours. While these claims remain unverified, they add to the troubling narrative surrounding these relationships. As the trial has progressed, there have been reports of dramatic courtroom moments involving Diddy. While claims that Diddy loses it in court after Justin Bieber reveals all haven't been substantiated by reputable sources, there have been genuine tensions in the courtroom. According to court reports, Diddy has appeared visibly stressed throughout the proceedings, sometimes passing notes to his attorneys and staring intensely at witnesses. The Daily Mail reported that he stared blankly during graphic descriptions of his alleged treatment of Cassie, suggesting the emotional toll the trial is taking. What's particularly notable is how many celebrities seem to be distancing themselves from Diddy as the trial progresses. It's like watching rats abandon a sinking ship. According to USA Today, over a dozen individuals contacted about their attendance at Diddy's famous white parties either declined to comment or distanced themselves off the record. This collective silence speaks volumes. Even Lady Gaga reportedly issued issued an ultimatum to a Manhattan law firm that represented both her and Diddy, threatening to leave if they continued representing him. The firm subsequently dropped Diddy, prioritizing Gaga's influence. That's what I call using your power for good. It's worth noting that these white parties, once seen as glamorous networking events, are now viewed through the lens of the freak-off allegations, tainting their legacy. What was once a status symbol, an invitation to Diddy's white party, is now potentially something celebrities want to forget. The trial itself has revealed horrifying details about the extent of Diddy's alleged crimes. Prosecutors argue that he used his wealth, influence, and employees to enable and conceal his actions, drawing parallels to cases against R. Kelly and Young Thug, where music empires were tied to criminal activity. If convicted on the racketeering or sex trafficking charges, Diddy could face life imprisonment or a minimum of 15 years. The trial's outcome will likely hinge on the credibility of witnesses like Ventura and the impact of evidence like the 2016 video. So what does this all mean for Bieber? Regardless of whether he's officially considered a victim in the legal sense, it's clear that his early career was marked by troubling interactions with powerful figures like Diddy. The psychological impact of such relationships, even if they didn't cross into criminal territory, can be profound. Whether or not Justin Bieber is officially participating in the trial, it's clear these past connections have taken a toll on him. In recent months, Bieber has been noticeably absent from the public eye, focusing instead on his family life with wife Hailey and their son Jack, who was born in August 2024. Sources close to Bieber describe him as gaunt and disheveled, with friends concerned about his well-being and urging him to distance himself from anything related to Diddy. It's like watching someone trying to process trauma in real time, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. In May 2025, Bieber posted a series of concerning messages on social media discussing anger issues and feelings of self-doubt. While he didn't explicitly mention Diddy or the trial, the timing suggests these events may be weighing heavily on his mind. It's important to recognize that many victims of abuse struggle with self-blame and feelings of shame, which can manifest in various mental health challenges. Bieber's previous openness about his struggles with depression, anxiety, and substance abuse takes on new meaning when viewed through the lens of potential early career trauma. When you think about it, Bieber was just a kid from a small town in Canada who loved singing and playing guitar. He was discovered on YouTube at 13 and thrust into a world of adult manipulation and potential exploitation. That would mess with anyone's head, let alone a young teenager's. Remember that viral video where Bieber got emotional talking about wanting to protect Billie Eilish? He said, "And what about Usher? His role in this story is complicated. On one hand, he was supposedly Bieber's mentor and protector. On the other hand, he introduced Bieber to Diddy despite his own troubling experiences in Puffy Flavor Camp. In September 2024, Usher's social media accounts were reportedly wiped clean, which some interpreted as a response to Diddy's arrest, though Usher claimed it was due to a hack. This suspicious timing, along with his general silence on the matter, raises questions about his awareness of what Bieber may have experienced. Some fans have pointed out that Usher's silence might be due to his own complicated history with Diddy. After all, if Usher was himself a victim, it would be doubly traumatic to learn that he may have inadvertently placed Bieber in a similar situation. It's like a cycle of trauma that's incredibly difficult to break. Now, let's talk about the broader implications of this case for the entertainment industry. Diddy's trial has exposed a disturbing pattern of powerful figures potentially exploiting young talent. It's like lifting a rock and finding all sorts of creepy crawlies underneath. The music industry, like many sectors of entertainment, has long operated with minimal oversight when it comes to the treatment of young artists. Think about how many child stars have later revealed stories of abuse, exploitation, and manipulation. From Judy Garland to the kids from Nickelodeon shows, the pattern is distressingly familiar. What makes the Diddy case particularly significant is how it connects to systemic issues in the hip-hop industry specifically. Diddy was one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop, with his influence extending far beyond music into fashion, alcohol brands, and media. His fall from grace represents a potential turning point in how the industry addresses these power dynamics. It's worth noting that several figures in hip-hop had previously called out Diddy's behavior, including Kanye West, Ice Cube, 50 Cent, and Mike Tyson. These early critics now appear prophetic in light of the current allegations. At the time, many dismissed these comments as part of hip-hop beef or jealousy. Now, they seem like legitimate warnings that went unheeded. This case also highlights how social media has changed the landscape for accountability. Those old videos of Diddy with teenage Bieber Usher might have been forgotten if not for platforms like TikTok and Twitter, where users resurfaced and recontextualized them. It's like social media has become this massive, collective memory that doesn't let powerful people hide their past behaviors anymore. Speaking of which, let's address something important: the viral spread of misinformation around this case. There have been numerous false claims, including a fake AI-generated song supposedly by Bieber about a Diddy party, and unverified lists of celebrities allegedly involved in Diddy's activities. This spread of misinformation, debunked by sources like Snopes, highlights how easily conspiracy theories can overshadow legitimate concerns. It's crucial that we focus on verified reports and court proceedings rather than sensationalized social media posts. Otherwise, we risk trivializing the very real suffering of actual victims. That said, the credible allegations against Diddy are disturbing enough without embellishment. The trial has revealed a pattern of alleged abuse, coercion, and exploitation that spans decades. Multiple witnesses have testified about Diddy's alleged freak-offs, which prosecutors describe as drug-fueled, coercive sexual performances involving victims and sex workers, often recorded and used as leverage. The implications of this case extend beyond the music industry to raise broader questions about how we protect vulnerable individuals from powerful predators. The Diddy case, like the #MeToo movement before it, exposes how power and influence can be used to silence victims and enable abuse. It's also forcing us to reconsider the relationships between mentors and protégés in the entertainment industry. When a young artist is taken under the wing of a powerful industry figure, what safeguards exist to ensure they aren't exploited? The answer, unfortunately, appears to be very few. As consumers of music and entertainment, we also bear some responsibility. We've celebrated and rewarded figures like Diddy for years, turning a blind eye to red flags because we enjoyed their products or were entertained by their larger-than-life personas. It's like we were all at the party, but didn't want to acknowledge what might be happening in the VIP rooms. Now, let's address the question that's likely on many minds. What happens next? Diddy's trial is expected to continue for several more weeks, with additional witnesses expected to testify. If convicted, he faces potential life imprisonment. But regardless of the trial's outcome, the revelations have permanently altered how we view Diddy and his legacy. His transformation from a billionaire hip-hop icon to a defendant facing a tarnished legacy is complete. His net worth, estimated at $1 billion in the recent past, reportedly dropped to $400 million by 2024 due to legal troubles and asset sales. As for Bieber, the hope is that he finds healing and peace, regardless of his official role in the case. His recent focus on family and spirituality suggests he's seeking a healthier path forward. And while his representatives have denied he was a victim of Diddy's, the emotional impact of these early career relationships clearly lingers. Parents of aspiring young stars should also take note. Former Playboy model Precious Muir criticized Bieber's parents for not protecting him, alleging underage guests attended Diddy's parties. The responsibility for protecting children ultimately lies with the adults in their lives, and that includes parents who may be dazzled by the prospect of fame and fortune. Looking at the Diddy case more broadly, it's also worth noting how many people seem to have known or suspected something was wrong for years. Like, we have all these industry insiders suddenly distancing themselves. But where were they when a 40-year-old man was spending undisclosed time with a 15-year-old? The collective silence was deafening, and it allowed potential harm to continue unchecked. The trial has drawn comparisons to other high-profile cases like those of Harvey Weinstein and R. Kelly, where powerful industry figures allegedly used their influence to abuse and silence victims. These cases collectively suggest a pattern that extends beyond individual bad actors to implicate the systems that enable them. As the Diddy trial continues to unfold, we'll likely learn more disturbing details about the allegations against him. But regardless of the outcome, this case has already shown a much-needed light on the darker aspects of the entertainment industry. And let's hope that from these disturbing revelations, real change can emerge. Change that protects vulnerable individuals, holds powerful abusers accountable, and creates a more ethical and safe entertainment industry for future generations of artists. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting and informative, be sure to check out other similar and amazing videos on the screen. I'll see you in the next video.
Nice to meet you. I'm Justin. You're very beautiful. Maybe we can go out sometime.
It's been ages since Justin and Selena broke up, but we hardcore Jelena fans always believed they'd get back together, Haley or no. Now Sexy Red presents what we'd call a little complication. It seems Justin may have a soft spot for her, and his latest actions at her birthday party may have changed everything. I mean, when was the last time Justin looked this happy? It's not just the viral clip though. We got a backroom video of even hotter tea. What hope is there for Jelena? Let's find out. The birthday party that broke the internet. Okay, so picture this. April 15th, 2025. Sexy Red is celebrating her 27th birthday at the Players Club in Los Angeles. All the vibes are immaculate. The music is pumping, and suddenly who shows up? Justin freaking Bieber, looking like he raided a thrift store in the best possible way. The man rolled up in a tan fur coat and a lemon-colored beanie like he's auditioning for a Wes Anderson movie or something. Now, this wouldn't be major news on its own, right? Celebrities attend other celebrities' birthday parties all the time. But what sent social media into absolute meltdown mode was the video that surfaced shortly after. In this now viral clip, which Sexy Red herself posted to Instagram, Justin is seen hugging her, getting super close, and even planting a kiss on her cheek. Meanwhile, Sexy Red is sporting a red robe, white swimsuit, and furry hat combo that's giving major boss energy, with her track Hoochie Coochie playing in the background, because of course it was. And let me tell you, people did not hold back their reactions. The internet basically combusted into flames. Fans immediately started questioning Justin's marriage to Hailey, with comments like, "Justin looks happier with her than Hailey," and "This man hates his wife Omao. He smiles 2,000% harder with anyone but her." I mean, they said what they said. And honestly, the footage doesn't lie. Justin was giving off major "I'm finally free" energy in that video. Like, when was the last time we saw him smile that big around Hailey? It's giving trapped in a marriage vibes, if you ask me. Now, some fans took it even further, calling Justin's behavior straight up inappropriate given his marital status. And I hate to say it, but they might have a point. Imagine if Hailey was out there hugging and kissing male rappers on the cheek while looking absolutely thrilled to be away from Justin. The Bieber stans would be organizing a full-on witch hunt. But when Justin does it, apparently it's just boys being boys or whatever. The double standard is real, people. But here's where it gets interesting. While fans were ready to declare Justin and Hailey's marriage officially over based on this video alone, which, fair, Hailey's reaction completely threw everyone for a loop. Instead of going all jealous wife mode, Hailey actually liked Sexy Red's Instagram post and commented with 3 heart-eyed emojis. I'm sorry, what? Your husband is out here looking happier with another woman than he's looked with you in years, and you're dropping heart eyes in the comments? It's giving concerned PR team working overtime. It's giving I need to look unbothered for the public. It's giving, well, you get the picture. Sexy Red, bless her heart, tried to calm the storm by addressing the rumors about Justin and Hailey's marriage, saying there were no issues and dismissing all the speculation. But like, of course she's going to say that. What's she supposed to say? Yeah, Justin definitely seems miserable in his marriage and was living his best life at my party away from wifey? I don't think so. But this wasn't even Sexy Red's only headline-making link-up in April 2025. Around April 22nd, she also connected with Chris Brown for a meet-and-greet event, which generated its own buzz on social media. And just a day after her birthday bash with Justin, on April 16th, a preview of a new song featuring Sexy Red and Tommy Richman had fans talking. The preview, shared by XXL, showed the two performing together, with Red and others twerking on stage. This collab with Tommy Richman especially had the internet divided. Some fans were living for it, while others found the whole thing a bit much. Reactions ranged from excitement to fans straight up saying they were uncomfortable. One user even tweeted, "This is disturbing to see. Like, damn, tell us how you really feel." But let's be real. The reason the Justin and Sexy Red interaction blew up more than these other collabs is obvious. It's because Justin Bieber, pop's golden boy and supposedly happily married man, looked like he was having the time of his life with another woman. The unexpected pairing of Justin's clean-cut pop image with Sexy Red's bold, unfiltered rap style created the perfect storm for viral content. Add to that the ongoing saga of Justin's personal life, his history with Selena, his seemingly rushed marriage to Hailey, and his recent concerning behavior, and you've got all the ingredients for the internet to absolutely lose it. This wasn't just about a friendly interaction at a birthday party. This was fuel for the never-ending speculation about Justin Bieber's happiness, his marriage, and whether he's truly over his past. And speaking of his past, let's dive into the whole messy love triangle, or should I say quadrangle, involving Justin, Hailey, Selena, and Benny Blanco, that makes this Sexy Red situation even juicier. The never-ending love quadrangle. Let's start with the OG couple, Justin and Selena, aka Jelena. These two dated on and off from 2010 to 2018, basically growing up together in the spotlight. Their relationship was the definition of young love drama breakups, makeups, public tears, cryptic social media posts, and songs clearly about each other. Selena's Lose You to Love Me is basically the anthem of their final split, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Their final breakup in early 2018 was supposedly because Selena was prioritizing her happiness and family over a relationship that apparently nobody but rabid fans was rooting for. And yet, despite both of them moving on, there are still fans who refuse to let Jelena die. Like, there are literally people who are still obsessed with them getting back together. Imagine being this invested in someone else's relationship status. Wild. Then enters Hailey Baldwin, now Bieber. Plot twist. She was actually a Jelena fan back in the day. There are tweets from 2011 where she was shipping Justin and Selena. Talk about a glow-up from fangirl to wife. Justin and Hailey briefly dated in 2016, broke up, and then rekindled in June 2018, suspiciously right after his final split from Selena. By July, they were engaged, and by September 2018, they were married. Like, excuse me? The ink was barely dry on the Helena breakup papers. This lightning-fast timeline had Selena fans crying, "Rebound marriage." And honestly, the math isn't Mathing. Who gets engaged after a month of getting back together unless they're on a reality TV show or running from something? Just saying. The plot thickens with accusations that Hailey was basically stalking Justin during his Selena years, orchestrating run-ins and strategically positioning herself to be his post-Selena comfort. There are even rumors that she mimicked Selena's projects, like launching a cooking show similar to Selena's. Coincidence? The internet thinks not. Hailey has tried to shut down these feud rumors, even going on the Call Her Daddy podcast to deny any overlap or bad blood. But the internet has a longer memory than an elephant with a grudge. Fast forward to 2023, and here comes another player, Benny Blanco, a music producer, and get this, a former friend of Justin's. Selena and Benny started dating in July 2023 and got engaged in December 2024. They went public in January 2024 and have been sickeningly cute ever since, matching outfits and all. In a move that feels like it's straight out of a teen movie, Benny recently organized a prom-themed event for Selena, who reportedly never attended her high school prom, though some claim she went to one with Demi Lovato in 2007. The whole thing was Instagram perfect, with mall photos and a limo ride. It's giving Pinterest dream board come to life. Now, here's where it gets extra juicy. Justin's reaction to Selena's engagement was suspect, to say the least. Some fans think he's been posting cryptic content about it, like when he posted a Lord of the Rings meme right after Selena's engagement ring photos went viral. Apparently, he also liked and then unliked a photo of Selena and Benny kissing. Someone's got sticky fingers on the like button. There was even a viral fake song titled Benny that was circulating, supposedly by Justin, that referenced treating Selena better than Blanco. The song wasn't actually by Justin, but the fact that so many people believed it could be says a lot about how the public perceives this whole situation. Hailey hasn't been innocent in all this drama either. She was accused of liking a TikTok video mocking Selena and Benny's Interview magazine photo shoot in March 2025, though her team denied it, calling it fake news. She also briefly unfollowed Justin on Instagram, later blaming it on a glitch. Sure, Jan, a glitch, because that's totally how Instagram works. Selena, for her part, has reportedly liked posts shading Jaylee and included lyrics in her new album I Said I Love You First that fans believe reference Justin apologizing to her. Though she denies drawing inspiration from their past, the Selena stans are not buying it. Benny Blanco has been accused of shading Justin too, with some posts suggesting he's obsessed with Hailey, though these claims lack clear evidence. And that prom event he organized for Selena? Some see it as recreating a 2015 moment when Justin took Hailey to prom. The shade is subtle but potent, like a well-crafted martini. All of this has created what can only be described as a proxy war between fan bases, with every little interaction being analyzed like it's the Zapruder film. A simple Instagram-like becomes breaking news. A cryptic post becomes evidence of lingering feelings. The media, of course, lives for this drama. Justin's Coachella appearance in April 2025 had fans expressing concern over his behavior, immediately linking it to either marital problems or his feelings about Selena's engagement. It's like no one can imagine that maybe, just maybe, Justin might have his own stuff going on that has nothing to do with either woman. There have even been completely false rumors, like Hailey writing a book about Selena, that get debunked but still add to the overall noise. It's like a game of drama telephone where the message gets more distorted with each retelling. Recent developments in 2025 have only added fuel to the fire. Benny's prom surprise for Selena in April 2025 included a mall photo shoot and limo ride, which some fans claimed mimicked a 2015 prom moment between Justin and Hailey. The day after this prom event, Justin posted about jealousy on his Instagram stories, which many interpreted as a response, though he didn't name names. Meanwhile, Justin and Hailey attended Coachella 2025 together, hosting a party and appearing affectionate, seemingly trying to counter the endless divorce rumors, while Selena was busy filming Only Murders in the Building and apparently shrugging off Justin's alleged jabs. There have also been concerns about Justin's mental health and appearance, with some describing him as gaunt and erratic. Some link this to Selena's engagement or marital issues, though again, this is mostly speculation. Through all this, Selena and Benny seem to be living their best lives, posting about their engagement and appearing at events like Knicks games looking totally smitten. It's giving "we've moved on and are thriving" energy. So when Justin appears happier with Sexy Red than he has with Hailey in public recently, of course the internet is going to connect it to this entire messy backstory. It's not just about one birthday party interaction. It's about what that interaction might reveal about Justin's current state of mind, his marriage, and yes, possibly his unresolved feelings about Selena's engagement. But there's another layer to all all this that we need to address: Justin's mental health struggles, which might be playing a much bigger role in this saga than most people realize. Justin's mental health saga. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room: Justin's mental health. Because behind all the drama and viral moments, there's a very real person who has been open about his struggles, and it might explain a lot about his recent behavior, including that sexy red moment. Justin Bieber rose to fame at just 16 years old when My World 2.0 inches dropped in 2010. Imagine having millions of people obsessed with your every move before you can even legally drive. That kind of pressure would mess with anyone's head. In his 2020 docuseries, Justin Bieber Seasons, he revealed that he was battling severe depression, describing it as feeling like he was dying. That's not just being sad, that's clinical depression, and it's serious. He also admitted to using drugs like MDMA and hallucinogenic mushrooms by age 19, which he later stopped because of how they were affecting him. So we're talking about someone who has been self-medicating since his teens, which is heartbreaking when you think about it. Then, in 2022, Justin was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, causing partial facial paralysis, which forced him to postpone and eventually cancel parts of his Justice World Tour in 2023. Imagine having your face partially paralyzed while the world is watching. The pressure to perform versus the need to heal is a terrible position to be in. Justin has credited his Christian faith and his marriage to Hailey as stabilizing factors, helping him establish healthier habits. But recent events suggest he might be struggling again. Let's talk about his Coachella 2025 appearance. Justin was described as appearing spaced out, withdrawn, and distant, which immediately got fans speculating about his mental and physical health. Videos from fans at Coachella fueled rumors, with some suggesting substance use or mental health struggles, though these claims remain unverified. Justin actually addressed these concerns on April 25, 2025, calling out gossip and lies and criticizing mean and hurtful comments. He appeared to dismiss speculation about his mental health, though he didn't directly refute specific claims. It's giving "leave me alone, but also I'm not going to tell you what's actually going on" vibes. Throughout early 2025, Justin has been sharing some pretty intense posts on Instagram. On March 13th, 2025, he wrote, "People told me my whole life, wow, Justin, you deserve that, and I personally have always felt unworthy." Then, on March 23rd, 2025, he admitted to anger issues and a desire to grow and not react so much. In another post, set to SEA's I Hate You, he described feeling like he was drowning and unsafe. I mean, these are not the posts of someone who's thriving. These are cries for help, or at the very least, expressions of someone who's really going through it. In late March 2025, Justin appeared in an Instagram live session looking gaunt, disheveled, and emotionally drained, according to experts cited by dailymail.com, though these experts didn't actually examine him in person, so take that with a grain of salt. During this live stream, he played raw demos with lyrics like, "I'm sick and tired of hurting you, baby," and mentioned feeling anxiety about sharing them. Psychotherapist Jonathan Alpert noted Justin appeared fatigued and possibly unwell, while plastic surgeon Dr. Gaurav Bharti described him as very gaunt. Again, these observations were based solely on video footage, so they're not exactly clinical diagnoses. A rep for Justin countered these concerns, stating he has been actively parenting his newborn son, Jack Blues, born August 2024, and focusing on new music. The rep also noted Justin's transformative year, including ending toxic friendships and business relationships. So the official line is, he's just tired from being a new dad, which, fair enough, parenthood is exhausting. But there's also been a major shakeup in Justin's support system. Reports suggest he's acting as his own manager after parting ways with longtime manager Scooter Braun in 2023. This shift, described as bitter by The Hollywood Reporter, has raised concerns about his support system. Like, imagine going from having a whole team managing your career to suddenly having to figure it all out yourself. That's a lot of pressure. In April 2025, Justin enlisted stylist Jenna Tyson to refresh his image, signaling a potential career pivot. He also launched a new brand, Skylark, and stepped back from his Drew House clothing line. So he's making big professional changes, which can be stressful even when you're in a good place mentally. There are also worries about Justin's close relationship with Pastor Judah Smith, described by a collaborator as narcissistic and overly influential. Friend Ryan Good reportedly distanced himself due to these concerns, so it seems like there might be some questionable influences in Justin's circle. Then there are the rumors of marital strife, which intensified in 2025. The couple was spotted arriving separately at a Los Angeles church service in March 2025. Justin reportedly unfollowed Hailey on Instagram in January 2025, though this was later clarified as a misunderstanding. There was also a March 2025 sighting where they dined at the same restaurant but didn't interact, with Hailey leaving before Justin arrived. Sources close to the couple insist they are doing fine, focusing on parenting their son Jack and their respective careers. Hailey has been described as a constant source of support for Justin. Both Justin and Hailey Hailey have publicly expressed support for each other, with Justin defending Hailey against online criticism, and Hailey sharing positive family moments like photos of Jack. There have also been financial concerns. The Hollywood Reporter claimed Justin faced financial strain after canceling the Justice World Tour, with debts tied to a $140 million music catalog deal. His team refuted these claims, emphasizing his focus on new music and financial stability. But still, that's another layer of stress if true. So when we see Justin looking genuinely happy and carefree with Sexy Red, it's actually a stark contrast to the troubled, introspective image he's been projecting lately. It might not be that he's happier with Sexy Red than with Hailey. It might be that for a brief moment, he was able to let go of all these burdens and just enjoy himself. The reality is, Justin's situation reflects broader challenges faced by celebrities, especially those who found fame young. Like Amanda Bynes or Pete Davidson, Justin's adolescent stardom exposed him to intense pressure, contributing to long-term mental health struggles. His active Instagram presence invites both support and criticism, amplifying personal disclosures into public spectacles. There's a fine line between genuine concern for someone's well-being and invasive speculation, and unfortunately, the internet often crosses that line. As of April 25, 2025, Justin's latest statement suggests he's aware of and frustrated by the rumors, focusing on countering hurtful narratives. He's actively creating music, parenting his son, and making career changes, indicating resilience despite challenges. Hailey remains a key support figure, and his faith continues to guide him, though his management shakeup and pastor ties are worth keeping an eye on. The Diddy situation has also made things worse for Justin. Diddy mentored Justin Bieber in the music industry, and their relationship began when Bieber was just 15 years old. Usher introduced the two, and Diddy took Bieber under his wing, offering guidance and support. One notable example of their interaction is when Diddy gave Bieber a Lamborghini for his 16th birthday. This gesture was seen as a symbol of Diddy's mentorship and support for Bieber's burgeoning career. However, in light of recent allegations against Diddy, this gift has been reevaluated by some as a potential means of gaining influence or control over Bieber. Their professional relationship was marked by collaborations and public appearances. Bieber would often visit Diddy's studio, and they would spend time together discussing music and business. Diddy would also invite Bieber to exclusive events, introducing him to industry professionals and celebrities. Recent allegations against Diddy have sparked scrutiny of his relationships, including with Bieber. Some speculate about potential exploitation or grooming, but there's no concrete evidence to support these claims. These allegations have led to a reevaluation of Diddy's relationships with young artists, including Bieber. Justin Bieber has maintained silence on the matter, with insiders suggesting he regrets collaborating with Diddy and is completely disgusted by the recent allegations. The situation has taken a toll on Bieber's mental health, causing anxiety and worry about damage to his reputation. His wife, Hailey Bieber, has encouraged him to seek therapy to cope with the emotional impact of these allegations. There are allegations of sexual misconduct involving Diddy and minors, with over 3,285 people claiming victimization. However, no concrete evidence links Diddy to any incident involving Bieber specifically. The investigation into these allegations is ongoing, and it's essential to rely on credible sources for updates. If the grooming allegations are true, that may explain why Justin's mental health appears to be getting worse since 2024. It may also explain why he has had such a chaotic love life. After all, hurt people hurt others the most. Justin will need to heal from all this pain if he is to overcome depression in his lifetime. The truth is, Justin Bieber's mental health struggles are real, rooted in his history of depression, addiction, and the pressures of fame. But the crisis narrative is partly driven by speculation and media exaggeration. His candid posts about anger and self-doubt reflect ongoing challenges, yet his proactive steps, new music, family focus, and addressing rumors, suggest he's trying to take control of his life. Phew, what a wild ride this story has been. From Justin and Sexy Red's viral moment to the never-ending Jelena Jaylee Benny saga to Justin's mental health journey, there are so many layers to unpack. The internet explosion over this weird link-up says more about our celebrity-obsessed culture than it does about the actual interaction. We love to create drama, connect dots that might not be there, and project our own narratives onto public figures. But underneath all the gossip and speculation are real people with real feelings and struggles. Justin, Hailey, Selena, Benny, and yes, Sexy Red are all navigating fame, relationships, and personal growth in the public eye, which can't be easy. That said, I'll absolutely be watching Justin's next public appearance to see if he looks as happy as he did with Sexy Red. And I'll definitely be analyzing Hailey's Instagram activity for any signs of trouble, because while I can acknowledge these are real people deserving of compassion, I'm also fully invested in the drama. Sue me. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out other cards on the screen.